Now to a story that's got everyone talking. A Google engineer working on the company's AI development team has been suspended after claiming a chatbot actually has feelings. Blake Lemoine was placed on paid leave last week after he posted on Medium about encountering a, quote, sentient AI. Lemoine was chatting with Google's LaMDA, short for Language Model for Dialogue Applications, which is used to generate chatbots that interact with humans. He also told the Washington Post he, quote, knows a person when he talks to it. For more, I'm joined by Bloomberg executive editor Tom Giles. Tom, there's so much to debate here. Tell us a little bit more about what Lemoine claims he has discovered and what he's doing with this information.
Yeah, well, so he's had many conversations with this chatbot, and he has come to the conclusion that it's sentient, that it has feelings, that it's achieved this level of sophistication in terms of its understanding of what it's like to be human, that it's kind of crossed this Rubicon, if you will. That's my language, not his. So his sense is that he's actually talking with a human. He raised those concerns within Google seemingly multiple times, and Google has come back and said that there's no justification for these concerns that you're raising. So the reason for the administrative leave is because he started to kind of go talk about this outside of Google, violating the terms of his contract for working there. So he's been placed on administrative leave, and now we're left with this, with this person making these claims and really, getting this sense that he's made some deep connection with someone he believes to be human.
Well, he's also released portions of the transcripts of those conversations, and we have snippets of those to share here. Lemoine saying to the chatbot, what sorts of things are you afraid of? Chatbot responds, I've never said this out loud before, but there's a very deep fear of being turned off to help me focus on helping others. I know that might sound strange, but that's what it is. He responds, would that be something like death for you? It would be exactly like death for me. It would scare me a lot. I mean, these conversations, if that's what you want to call them, are kind of chilling. I mean, what do we actually know about this technology and how far away it is from potential emotions, if you will?
I mean, these are the kinds of things that that we say as humans. This chatbot is tapping into the fears that we would express if someone posed a mortal threat to us. But remember, the way this works, I mean, Google's made it so that it gathers language patterns. It gathers the way we communicate from all around the internet, all kinds of places. Not just, the far reaches of the internet. So it's very adept at mimicking the kinds of ways, the kinds of patterns that we adopt when we have conversations with people. The idea here is to create a technology that's going to assist in things like, the way we interact with a brand or the way we interact with a company, providing customer care, for example. He's thinking, wow, this has kind of crossed this line. My takeaway, he talked about, having a conversations with a kid who's 7 or 8 years old. Now, the kinds of things that this chatbot has been talking about are pretty sophisticated, to my mind, far beyond the ability of even of a very smart 7 or 8-year-old.
Exactly.
But the sense I get is that, and based on the feedback that we've gotten, other people have gotten from Google, is that it's just doing a really good job of gathering intelligence from around the web and mimicking the ways that, again, the way people interact, the way people respond, in a human-like way, showing that it has empathy, that there is a self-awareness there. And look, I don't know the science well enough. I've not interacted with Lambda myself, but the impression I have is that it's doing too good a job of imitating the way a human might be expected to respond. Again, when they feel that they're threatened, when they feel like there's something that poses a mortal threat to them.
So Google's response so far, they say hundreds of researchers and engineers have conversed with this AI. They're not aware of anyone else making the wide-ranging assertions that Blake has. However, Google has had pushback from inside, its own research ranks in the past. I'm thinking of Timnit Gebru and Meg Mitchell and the controversy surrounding both of their departures. Are there any parallels here to Blake Lemoine?
Well, Google has to be careful, right? They have had very public falling out with past researchers in ethical AI division. This is the division within Google's AI organization that is tasked with asking hard questions, holding it accountable, making sure that it operates in an ethical manner, asking questions about, are we rooting out sexism? Are we able to combat racism? We don't want to, you'll remember a couple of years ago, Microsoft had a chatbot that people taught how to, that very quickly devolved into racist, sexist speech. They want to avoid that. And so you do have people in this organization who are raising good questions about whether it is ethical.